Listen to your heart. Your heart is never wrong. Always face the truth. Your heart won't lead you home.
Welcome to Soul Wealth, wealthy conversations that nurture the soul. Get ready for an enlightening conversation that will nurture your soul and help you live your best life. Now, here's your host, Dr. Vicki Johnson.
Welcome to the Soul Wealth Radio Show. I am your host, Dr. Vicki Johnson. Super excited and grateful to be back on dcradio.gov and 96.3 HD4 with another amazing, wealthy conversation guaranteed to nurture your soul. My guest today is just as amazing as my previous guests up to this point. She is a licensed respiratory therapist for 36 years, a certified health coach, a professional clinical herbalist, a certified Zumba instructor, and the author of the Spice Queen's Kitchen recipe book. She's an expert on health and wellness, received her training from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition's cutting-edge health coach training program. Also training as a clinical herbalist from the Mid-Atlantic Herbal School and Smile Herb Shop. She has studied over 100 dietary theories, practical lifestyle management techniques, and innovative coaching methods with some of the world's top health and wellness experts. She's made several appearances on Camp Fit reality show, where she has been instrumental in assisting obese teens toward a healthier lifestyle. WHUR 96.3 FM Daryl Haley's Fitness Friday segment, Roland Martin's News One Now, featured on his Fit, Live, Win segments, led early morning fitness and wellness talks at The Wealthy Experience with hip-hop artist MC Light, that's The Wealth Experience, in Miami, Florida, and has been featured on WYCB 1340 Radio 1's morning show with Winston Cheney, Ask the Expert series. Drawing on her knowledge and experience, she works with clients to assist them in making the dietary and lifestyle changes that produce real and lasting results with services such as private and group healthy cooking sessions, live healthy cooking demonstrations in the community, as well as corporate facilities, healthy food shopping field trips, and food pantry makeovers. She is a drugless practitioner who uses nutrition, herbs, and exercise for healing. Her desire is to assist her clients toward a healthier lifestyle, one day at a time, one meal at a time. Healthy is the new wealthy. Welcome to the Soul Wealth Radio Show, Rosaline Law.
Well, thank you.
Have you ever heard your bio read back to you?
No.
How did that feel?
That was, it was exciting.
Good.
Yeah.
You own all of that. It's amazing. The work that you do, the journey you have been on is really powerful. And I like to take the time to read my guest's bio because you need to own your legacy.
How about
and sometimes you need to hear back all that you've accomplished because when you're in something, it's hard to look at it because you're always thinking about what's next. You know, what's the next gig? What job do I have to do next? Especially if you're a full-time entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah.
As you are.
Yes.
So I'm happy to have you here, Rosaline. We go way back.
Way back. Way back.
Way back. And it has been amazing to witness your journey. So who is Rosaline D. Law? You know, I know you're a wife. I know you're a mom. I know you're a grandmother. Mm-hmm. Those are functions and roles. But who is Rosaline at her core?
I am passionate and caring, sharing, caring about knowledge and helping people to be their best selves, healthy, wise.
How did you become that person? You know, let me start here. Who or what inspires you to do that? Where did that come from? Because inspiration is intrinsic. It has to come from inside out. When we're children, when we're growing up, we're highly motivated by discipline, teachers, parents, authorities, and things like that. But once you become an adult, you really don't have to do anything. So you're inspired by something and or someone. So who or what inspires you?
So my story is, you just said when you're growing up, you're inspired by people or circumstances. So my circumstance was a little different because I was actually adopted at an early age. And it is so true that when you're adopted, that there is a disconnect.
Wow.
And so...
Hold on for a second. If you've been listening, I do this. That is a moment to frame for people who are listening who are adopted or who feel that something is off. You're not sure. And I just want to normalize that for a moment, because I'm sure as you did, you might feel like, what's wrong with me? Why don't I fit? Why am I not connecting? And so I just want to normalize being adopted, right? My very first guest, Wendy Cherry, was also adopted. And she's come up with this selected. I was selected.
I like it.
Which is just as powerful as being birthed, right?
Yes.
It means you were chosen twice. Your birth mother chose to have you, and your adopted mother chose to take you home. So it really is a double blessing.
Yeah, it is.
And her slogan actually is selected, not expected.
Wow.
And I think that's powerful. So go ahead, keep talking. I just had to slow that moment down because I just felt intuitively that somebody listening needed to hear that.
Yes. That's
so thank you for sharing that, because I forgot about that.
Yeah, and that's amazing. Thank you. But that disconnect, pretty much as I was growing up, I was thinking about, where do I fit in? Why do I think this way? What do I do? And actually, I learned about God at an early age. And so when you say inspiration, God is my inspiration. Like I realized at an early age that he put certain things in me. I realized at an early age that I wanted to help people. I thought I was going to be a doctor. Well, I am a doctor.
Yeah, a doctor of good health. So God inspires you. Your desire to help people inspires you. And so I want to just frame it as responses to questions, because this goes really quickly, and I know you're going to drop some really good nuggets. What has been one of your greatest lessons in life thus far that has caused you to pivot?
One of my greatest lessons is that I have control over nothing.
Wow. Y'all better tweet that.
I have control over nothing, zero. And each day I look at life as being just a chance to make a difference. But the only thing that I can do is present the information that I know. But I have no control over anybody and what they're going to do with that information.
That's powerful. So having no control over nothing means that, what? You live a surrendered life? You live a frustrated life? Because you can have that awareness and not do anything with it.
Right. So knowing that means that whatever people's responses are, I make it my business to, at most of the time, not let it affect me personally. I'm human. Sometimes it does get to me. But for the most part, I don't let it affect me.
I can vouch for that. I'm a witness that you're pretty even-tempered, and that's a good place to be, where you live a life that's unoffended for the most part, and your composure is undisturbed. That's a blessing. What moment changed your life forever? I know what I want you to talk about, but I want you to share
Oh,
what you want to
goodness.
share. What moment changed your life forever?
Moment.
Talk about the time where you almost died. That changed your life forever.
It
I'm
definitely
sure.
changed my
so
life
talk about
forever.
that.
Definitely changed my life forever. I was 17 years old, and I had a virus.
Okay.
It's called Guillain-Barré syndrome. At the time, it was a lot of people affected by getting a flu shot. And instead, what happened was people got affected and with this virus, and then a lot of people died. Well, I never got the flu shot, but I did get Guillain-Barré syndrome. So I was paralyzed from head to toe. It starts at your feet, goes all the way up. I was on a respirator, ventilator for 3 months,
Wow.
ICU. Now, when I was younger, I always thought that I was going to die early, like at a young age. And I think that, and I know, not think, but I know that's because I felt like I didn't belong. Like, where do I belong? Where do I fit in? Because of my adoption. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, I'm 17. I get this crazy, unknown virus, Guillain-Barré syndrome, and I didn't even get a flu shot. So I'm not surprised. I'm ready to go. But I didn't.
You didn't. Were you paralyzed for 3 months?
Oh, yes. I was
Paralyzed for 3
on a
months on
ventilator.
a respirator for
Yes.
3 months.
Yes, for 3 months. And during that 3 months is when my life changed.
So when you came off the ventilator, I want to fast forward because this is so powerful. You know, talk about feeling hopeless, like I have nothing to live for, let me give up. But just that part is a story of resilience and determination to live. Like, I'm determined to live. I cannot imagine being on a ventilator, respirator, and paralyzed.
And paralyzed.
So you could not move because you were paralyzed from head to toe.
Head to toe. Only thing I could do was blink my eyes.
Wow. So on the other side of that, you made what decision? What did you decide?
Well, first of all, I was 17. So my thought process was, well, if I'm going to still be here, what am I going to do now? I had been singing, and I was in college, my first semester as a vocal major. Well, if you know anything about it, being intubated and on a respirator, it damages, especially for a lengthy time, it damages your vocal cords.
Right.
So at that particular time, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. But during that time, I met a lot of people in the medical field. And remember I said I wanted to be a doctor?
Right.
Well, I was right in the hospital. Doctors, respiratory therapists, physical therapists, everybody. So I decided to become a respiratory therapist.
Because that's what helped you get through your 3 months of being paralyzed and on a respirator. Hello. Sometimes our experiences create our passion.
Yes.
When we realize we don't have control over anything.
How about
That's
that?
your soul wealth
How
tip
about
today.
that?
Your soul wealth tip today, ladies and gentlemen, is that you have control over nothing.
Nothing.
And you know, I wrote today, manage what you can and surrender what you can't.
Yes.
So you can have peace. So you went on to become a respiratory therapist, and you had an amazing,
36
plus years
yes.
career doing that. Then, you now are an integrated health coach,
Yes.
a clinical herbalist. How did you get there?
Well, working in the hospital as a respiratory therapist, I had a great time there. I was there for a while. And then I started getting a little discouraged at seeing people sick, just on the other side. I put them on respirators. And so I said...
So that was your job? You were the person that would come and intubate people?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That had to be tough.
And extubate, take them off. That was the best part, taking them off. And
but putting patients on that had to be hard on your soul and on your spirit every day.
Yeah.
knowing that you wanted to help people, and I know you're helping people in that moment, but to see that.
Yeah. It definitely was eye-opening when you actually oh, wow, I just got it. Control, talking about control, but I had control over every breath that a person took through a machine.
Mm-hmm.
But, it takes us, a couple of days for them to go through what they have to go through. But, yeah, that's amazing.
Having a moment?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. What are you grateful for? Rosaline, I had asked you, I didn't forget, I asked you, how did you go from being a respiratory therapist to being an integrated health coach to a clinical herbalist? And I get it. Like, I'm going to answer it so that we can move through this. Seeing people sick is nothing like seeing people sick to inspire you to want to help people live well, prevent becoming sick, or, have preventive measures and healthy options, because you don't want to see people on drugs, because you did that for 30 plus years, seeing the results and the side effects. And so it makes sense that you're a health coach, that you're a clinical herbalist, that you're a Zumba instructor, that, you teach morning meditations on the beach like you do at Soul Sun and Spa down in Florida for us. It's really an honor and a privilege to mentor you, to be your friend, and to expose you to the world. So if you're listening and you have a conference or a retreat or a corporate event and you need morning meditation with some movement, Rosaline Law is your girl. And at the end of this conversation, you're going to hear how to connect with her, but it is phenomenal what you do every morning on the beach.
I love it.
With all of us, over 50 women, on the beach, watching the sunrise, having meditation and movement together. It is the most favorite time for me during the weekend, is being out there during that time. And it's really beautiful that you're able to guide groups in that way. What are you grateful for?
Just being able to just touch people every day.
And make them stop eating sugar, huh? Your sugar detox.
Sugar.
Ooh, I'm rolling my eyes, y'all. How long is the sugar detox for? Is it what?
40 days.
40 days. The 40-day sugar detox, which is another opportunity to connect with Rosaline, because that really is life-changing. I'm still eating sugar. I'm going to be transparent, but not as much. Having worked with you, I'm mindful of my sugar. I try to avoid putting any white sugar in anything, using raw sugar, but I know the 40-day sugar detox gets you completely off of sugar or moves your clients in that direction. And you've had some amazing successes, with your work.
Yes. Can I share a story real quick?
Please do. Yeah.
So the most recent story that I'm so proud of is my mom.
Okay.
My mom is 92.
Wow.
And I started taking care of her nutritionally about 2 years ago now. How about her doctor called me 2 weeks ago and told me she can stop taking her blood pressure medicine.
That's awesome. 92 years old.
92. And she's been on this blood pressure medicine for at least 35 years.
What are you doing?
I changed her diet.
From what to what?
Whole foods, just whole foods.
What are whole foods? Because most people eat half foods or zero food.
Or processed foods. So it's non-processed foods.
Non-processed foods
which
are
is
whole foods.
what she was eating all of the time before before I started caring for her.
So does eating whole foods help with your mental clarity?
Absolutely. The mental clarity, your physical, everything. Emotional, everything. So that's my latest success story.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yes.
Stop eating half foods and processed foods, y'all.
Whole foods.
Coach Rosaline said, eat whole foods, cook your food, right?
Yes.
And how timely is that, since we're in the middle of this coronavirus scare? What is something that people can do, Rosaline, holistically at home, in addition to washing your hands and keeping your hands out of your face? Because as we've heard, this virus lives on surfaces, right?
Yes.
So just being uber vigilant about wipes and hand sanitizing and washing your hands with soap and water, but from a nutritional perspective. Give us a tip really quick, or two.
Again, the sugar for sure.
Okay.
Sugar for sure. It diminishes your immune system.
Okay.
Period. And then the processed foods. Again, eat whole foods. Cook your foods.
What are whole foods?
So that is if instead of macaroni and cheese, eating from the craft, from the box, make your macaroni and cheese. Use your brown rice noodles, your whole grain noodles,
whole grain noodles,
vegetables.
What kind of vegetables?
All, especially green.
I know
leafy
these sound like
vegetables.
common sense questions, but there are people listening who really don't know. If you grow up going through drive-thrus all the time because everything is so quick and that's how we live in this fast-paced culture, when someone says eat whole foods or your whole grains, like what is that?
What is that? I'm
making light of it, but I'm very committed to helping people live and eat and be well. So, veggies like
green leafy vegetables, like your cabbage, your spinach, your kale, your collards. Green leafy vegetables, vitamin E, vitamin C, vitamin K, fiber, a lot of fiber to get it moving. Drinking a lot of water. To keep your food, your system
flushed
cleaned out. Flushed out.
So a lot of water.
Yes.
A lot of green leafy vegetables.
Yes. Whole
Eliminate the
foods,
sugar.
Eliminate.
Stop with the half foods and the processed foods.
And
eat whole foods and the fast foods.
Yes. Don't stop being tricked by the Popeyes. No. Chicken sandwiches. And the two for.
What about fruit?
Fruits, absolutely. Those are your antioxidants. All your berries, especially your berries, your blueberries. All your berries.
See, this is good. Blueberries, strawberries.
Strawberries, but then the one berry that people forget about is elderberries. The elderberries. I put elderberries in my water.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Keep elderberries on lock all year round. It helps. So that's what I do. Starting August, September, I start downloading everything that I know, all the berries, everything for my immune system. Because I'm a drugless practitioner. And I go to herbs first.
You go to herbs first instead of prescription drugs.
Instead of those
over-the-counter drugs.
Yes.
Heal through your food, through what you eat.
What God gave us. Naturally.
And then come to your Zumba class.
And come and move. Get to moving. Yes, sweat it out. So many people say, oh, I didn't come. I wasn't feeling good. And so I say, well, how long you been sick? Oh, about 2 weeks. Now I already know they haven't been there 2 weeks. And I know you get sick. Initially, you feel like you want to lay down a little bit. But 2 weeks, no. Get up and move. As long as you don't have a fever or colorful production of sputum mucus, then you can go out.
Okay.
Move. Get to moving.
Last question. Second to the last question. What legacy do you want to leave? Legacy is so important to soul wealth. What legacy do you want to leave?
I want to leave a legacy of. I want people to say that I actually made a difference. That I actually assisted them with adding 10 more years to their life because of the changes that they made. That I introduced
to them. I want to add 10 years to my life. So move, eat whole foods, eliminate sugar, drink water, and sleep.
How about that? Sleep for sure.
Rest is important.
Yes, it is. Yes.
This is amazing, Rosaline. I'm so happy that you're here. So how often do you teach Zumba?
Oh, goodness. I teach 7 classes a week.
You teach 7 classes a week.
I have broadened it. So I teach 4 regular Zumba classes. And now I have been blessed with my seniors. So I'm teaching 2 classes a week to seniors. And then I'm teaching 2 children classes, Zumba classes. So it's a lot.
That's
But I
awesome.
enjoy it. But it's awesome. What's awesome is my seniors, when I get there, they beat me there.
That's amazing.
They're coming in on walkers and canes.
To do Zumba?
So I call it Zumba. They call it Zumba, but I call it like senior fitness.
Okay. All right.
And so I have to customize the moves for them. But I love it. Some of them can't even get out of the chair, but they can move their arms.
Yeah.
And
Just
they have the
move.
biggest smiles on their faces. And when I look around the room, I say, how can I not want to do this?
That's awesome. How can our listeners reach Rosaline Law and Heavenly Bodies Live?
Yes.
I love the name of your business, Heavenly Bodies Live. And everything that you have shared today is a way to be heavenly
Yes.
in
Heavenly
every
body.
area of your life. So if someone wants you to come and do a workshop at their place of business, or, lead a moving meditation class at their conference, each morning, as you've done at several conferences that I've attended, or they want a consultation around, what herbs to use for this, or a
Yes.
health coach to help them eliminate sugar and stop eating half foods and processed foods and fast foods. How can they reach you?
So my website is www.heavenlybodieslive, it's BODIES, live, LIVE.com. Or they can get me on all my social medias, The Spice Queen.
The Spice Queen, that because you also have a recipe book.
Yeah.
And that's available on your website.
On my website, correct.
So on social media, Heavenly Bodies Live and The Spice Queen
Yes.
is where they can find you.
Yes.
Thank you, Rosalind,
Thank you.
for being
Thank
a
you
guest.
For having me.
You shared some nuggets.
Thank
I hope
so
you all were
much.
taking notes. Just get a Soul Wealth Radio Show notebook, because the nuggets that are dropped every day by my guest, I am so honored to have you here, and just honored to watch you bloom. And your story is amazing. I'm stuck on paralyzed for 3 months from head to toe, can only blink your eyes on a respirator, and look at you now.
Yes. Only God.
Only God. Thank you, girl, for being a guest here on the Soul Wealth Radio Show. I am your host, Dr. Vicki Johnson. Please visit my website, VickiJohnson.com. That's VIKKI Johnson.com, where you can pick up a copy of my latest book, Soul Wealth, Finding Vision, Compassion, Authenticity, Abundance, and Legacy in the Midst of Chaos. Everybody listen, soul wealth is your birthright. You are worthy of soul wealth in every area of your life. So go out today and every day hereafter. Live full so you can die empty. Until next time, peace.
You've been listening to Soul Wealth, wealthy conversations that nurture the soul with Dr. Vicki Johnson. Soul Wealth is not just a brand, it's a lifestyle of vision, compassion, authenticity, abundance, and legacy created one conversation, one choice at a time. For more information, visit VickiJohnson.com or click on Soul Wealth at dcradio.gov.